in the parameters of his teachings. He did not claim to be Jesus. He did not claim to be the God. And yet he couldn't let his people down. That is a leader. But he was a leader that was faced with certain somewhat truths that disrupted his own teachings. Now what does he do? He doesn't want to destroy what he helped build, and yet what is happening? He knew what was happening, he knew was leading to destruction. I met the man who took over the Church of Scientology. Didn't know, didn't care. Not so much didn't care, but didn't care who the hell, or who was, or who even gave a shit who the fuck he was. Because I was me, and he was him, and the stuff about you're not going to lead the church, I am. True memories. Well, bro, you know, and yet, from right here, in a place where I was kidnapped when I was 4, and my little cousin was 3, and then I was almost killed when I was about 17, 18 years old, I have just dictated things that were short to come, right live, as live could be if I'm being suppressed. And yet I don't claim to have all the answers. Like, I don't know exactly where in the Bible. I don't know exactly where in the Catholic or Christian Bible it says Jesus has all the answers, because I could put up an argument to that. I could put up a real serious argument to that. And that is in Revelations, or leading up to Revelations, when Jesus turns around and says that only my Father in heaven knows the day. I encountered in 2019 into 2020, when I was locked up because some sheriff by the name of Robert Lee Ashley decided it was okay to put his hands on a superior. And I went to jail because I was trying to figure out what really happened to my mother's arm and why did she have bruises on her arm. And we went down this storyline of, another dead rapper soon enough, and the encounter with that dead rapper before he was dead. And yet again, nobody talked to me. Nobody's come to freaking ask me what the fuck it is that I'm saying. Nobody asks me anything because they're afraid. That's fear. Now they wait the time limit. Oh, we'll wait till he cools down, and then we'll try to dig our claws. No, it doesn't work like that. I am going to die soon, or I'm going to kill a cop or another type of official who's been decked with a badge real soon. Because everything's bullshit. And people, the mob, unfortunately, they're very susceptible to bullshit. But things that are not bullshit, that sound like bullshit, they are quick. They are very quick to forget, to try to disprove. This is a problem. This is what one of the major problems of any organization and or group in all of history, leaders included, have dealt with and have seen their kingdoms fall. And yet, the one thing that sticks around is the ever-presence of God. The real God. I am the Son of God. I am, and I am not Him. He is not here. He is not in, and yet He is all around. That is one teaching from the Catholic Church that I can say when I confronted the priest about the empty vessel. Because God's name, the real God, my Father, His name is so empty and yet so full. It's like a vessel that contains a space, but in that space, even if there's nothing, there's still something. And that is the teaching of Scientology. Oxygen you cannot see, but it is there. There are people in the FBI, CIA, and the DOJ with the next things that I'm going to say out of my mouth who have shown me what it is that I am doing right now. Casually. I am writing a song for my mother, who passed away, which was my grandma, who raised me, Carolyn Strouch, Carolyn Yaki, Carolyn Famigletti. I am writing a song for my mom, who loved me, and I have had quotes of this song and discussions about this song before I even decided to write a song. And one of the main things that I want to say right now is that there were different versions of this song that people found inside the Church of Scientology, but also FBI, CIA, DOJ, because they came across parts of the song that were different. And that is free will. That is why I'm asking you right now, am I moving my fingers? If you've ever seen this video, am I moving my hands the exact right way? This is why Alex Jones, which I also met a long time ago, you know that college frat party he brings up all the time? Oh, Alex. I remember that. I was standing right with Loki. The real Loki. My cousin. The idiot Loki. Which I still fucking somehow, no matter what I still give a shit. I still care. Just like my brother. I was shown how my brother dies right there, in person. And I didn't even realize he was my actual brother. So I told my brother how he was going to die. Hopefully he doesn't die that way, because I don't think he deserves that, even through the shit that I've already proven he's putting me through. People are lost. They want answers, but yet they are not willing to sacrifice to find those answers. They are not willing to understand that some things should just be enjoyed, like life. God has good plans for everyone, but not those ones. Not the ones who think that they are God and they don't even come close. Enjoy your life. Prosper. Be merry. Be happy. Celebrate. Every single thing is in the Bible. The thing about L. Ron being very, very interested in what I had to say was that it also said in the Bible not to mess with magic. The way that L. Ron took that, and the way that most people take that, is witchcraft is evil. But then you look at the medicines and everything else, and then you realize that's witchcraft. And yet, which side? Which side of witchcraft? You shouldn't meddle with things you don't understand. Well, let's make the argument about the alphabet. Somebody had to have had previous knowledge to the alphabet before the next alphabet was created. And can it get worse? Or can it get better? Yeah, it sure the hell can. I mean, I don't know if you've listened to some of the shit that fucking is being defined as words nowadays, but some of it is very, very well placed, yet fucking others, not so much. Because eventually it can get to a point where if you forget about A, B, C, D, E, and so on, which it's already gotten there with A, B, C, and D, and E, even though there was a purpose for that, which has a lot to do with magic and being able to communicate with one another without casting spells upon everyone you meet by accident. And even though it led to still fucking accidents, but yet the simplifying now of even that language is now becoming somewhat of a problem, because there are so many short-term definitions like SP. The fuck is SP? Mean I'm special? Does that mean I'm special? Are you saying that there is something special with me? I don't feel special. Now what you saying? No. We just mean a suppressive person. Well, why the fuck didn't you just say that? You see, just like any other church, there are people who donate their money to the church, because it is an organization that will hopefully care about them, for them caring about the fact that they want more enlightenment. And yet, some people, they put a dollar amount on things that they may never achieve. And that can be looked at as good, and that can be looked at as bad, depending on the person, the situation, and the understanding. And did bad people already get to the point where they will hold others back because of their own human nature? Nobody wants to be forgotten. Nobody wants to be unloved. Nobody wants the things that are they want to know more. They want to know that there is more. And yet God tells you that every step of the way in the Bible. There is more to life than what you see. I went into talks about meeting death, the real Grim Reapers. They didn't know what to do with me. Their nature wanted to get rid of me. And at the same time, their nature also knew that that was against their nature. What a conundrum. Like QAnon. See? Am I scary? I should be. But not exactly. You seen the talk that I just had with my friend Charlie. What you didn't see is that certain points of that conversation were not to Charlie. They were through the entities that I already know are watching me through Charlie's eyes. Complicated shit. I do not want to just leave that there like as just what I just said, because in other words, Charlie has probably made some very, very big mistakes in life. One of those mistakes was sitting there and, you know, whether he has blocked it out of his memory or not, he is sitting there and I am sitting there telling him, you do understand this, right? And then he still ignores and completely disavows anything that I am actually explaining to him. Therefore, it's like, well, you know, it's like, I want to stab you in the fucking throat, but I won't, because unfortunately, Charlie, there's a chance that you ain't going to the other side, because there's no way out. There is no way out unless God, who is here and yet is not here, allows that to happen. There's a way to fall back and become one with the ever growing consortium, which has some freaking really weird, sick fetish that is like kind of hot and kind of scary at the same fucking time to Jesus Christ. Okay, seriously, it is. It's a little freaky. It freaks me out. It freaks me out, honestly. You know, and could you please stop telling the children they're crawling in my mouth and shit, and they're like playing a game like hee hee. It's fucked up. I can hear them. Stop. Please tell them to stop, Mama. Okay. And they keep biting me in the fucking weirdest places. Like, I don't know. Are they playing a game? I don't know if they're playing a fucking game. Like, if we bite them on the crotch, we'll be able to have great sex. It's fucked up. Control the kids. Seriously. Because and then the neck thing and the freaking, right near my freaking man boob and the freaking crotch. What the fuck is this, man? We gotta stop this, okay? I need a vacation. A real vacation away from everyone on the fucking seas. On a yacht, okay? With some freaking drugs, all right? fucking kids can't bother me there. That's why, at least for the most part, if they want to take the journey, that's why. Okay, so I'm getting back to what I was saying. All right, Lilith, could you please talk to the kids? Thank you. All right, love you. All right, you awesome person, you. You know, so I think we're going to end pretty much this discussion because I just brought up everything that I really wanted to speak about. And, you know, hey, Tom Cruise. I remember. Do you remember? I remember. Things that haven't exactly but yet has taken place. You remember? I remember. So I ask you, if you were still you, what's up, man? I was asked a long time ago if there was supposed to be somebody that would play me in a movie. You know, I said it was you. You know that? Yeah. I said, because I had like two other picks, and I said, because the guy's got a certain type of charisma, and he can definitely do the stunts, and he could definitely portray things that I've been through in life very well, and yet we don't look alike, and that is a problem. Not so much a problem, but it's a problem in the long run when people see your face and say, is that what God's son looks like? I'm not worried about that. But at the same time, there are people who follow what they see. And that brings up the question, which, of course, is, does life imitate art, or does art imitate life? The people that I love, some of these people I have barely met in life, and yet I know that they love me because I know that they were trying, even in the weakest sense, to fight things that were inside their own mind of understanding. So, finishing this video, I just want to say that when they quoted music of mine about my mom that I'm writing right now. But I'm not rushing it because, and I always told my mom this, that I want it to be the right song. And I don't know how that is to be, and yet different versions of the song that I am writing right now were quoted to me. And the explanation, truth, that there were different versions of the song that I am writing right now that people had came across a long time ago. All of these things that I am saying are truth. And that is why I am making these videos. I didn't forget about you. If you see these videos, obviously you will. L. Ron Hubbard. And to the teachers and to the people who I am not going to go into one by one that have quoted things to me that I needed to know, and the friends that have risked their own lives to tell me little bits and pieces of things that they weren't even allowed to say to me. And some were, because they earned the right to say them to me, so that I would have some sort of an understanding of myself. It is crazy the way life works. So I would like to leave off on that. And And I am thinking. I am always thinking. I never stop thinking. They even found a way to attack that through the asbestos and the radioactive diamond dust, which causes the brain to over fucking heat because it causes the body to overheat and things to shut down. So I thank the feds and the CIA and the DOJ for injecting me with certain things that have helped my body get through some of the craziest shit anybody could ever be put through. And there's so many other things I want to say. But we're going to leave this off now. And hopefully this gets to you. Because I can't title it. Because for some reason, some stupid fucking algorithm is blocking me. Thank you. It's been fun.